Welcome back everyone. Today we're taking a spin down memory lane to a classic from the Amiga library, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge. If you're a fan of retro racing games, then you know that the Lotus series is legendary. Released in 1990 by Magnetic Fields and published by Gremlin Graphics, this game quickly became a fan favourite for its fast-paced action, split-screen multiplayer and of course its iconic soundtrack. Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge set the bar for racing games on the Amiga. It put players behind the wheel of the sleek Lotus Esprit Turbo SE, tearing down tracks with high speeds, tight turns and all the obstacles you could handle. From dodging oil slicks to managing your fuel, the game was packed with challenges that kept you on your toes. In today's video, we're going to explore what made Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge such a standout title. We'll dive into the gameplay mechanics, the visuals and the sound. Everything that made it feel like you were actually racing. And of course we'll be talking about how it compares to modern racing games. So buckle up, because we're going back to the golden era of 16-bit racing games. Let's start with the gameplay mechanics, which were ahead of their time for a 1990 release. Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge is a pure arcade racer, but it packs some surprising depth. The controls are simple: accelerate, brake and steer, but mastering them is key. The handling feels tight, and while it's not a full simulation, there's enough realism to keep things challenging. One of the game's standout features is fuel management. It's not just about speed, you'll need to keep an eye out on your fuel gauge and decide when to pit. Timing is everything, because staying out too long could mean running out of fuel, while pitting too early might cost you your precious positions. The tracks are full of hazards, oil slicks that send you skidding, narrow roads where overtaking feels risky, and even roadside objects you need to avoid. This keeps the races exciting and unpredictable. Visually, Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge is a stunner for its era. The game uses the Amiga's hardware to create smooth scrolling and vibrant environments. Each track has its own unique look, from bright sunny roads to dimmer, more challenging conditions. The car design is simple but unmistakable. It's a Lotus Esprit after all. And while the roadside objects and track details are relatively minimal, the clarity of the visuals ensures you always know what's ahead. The split-screen multiplayer mode deserves special mention. The Amiga manages to maintain smooth performance even when dividing the screen. Now let's talk about sound. The soundtrack is an absolute banger, with that classic Amiga vibe that gets your adrenaline pumping. It's a mix of upbeat electronic tunes that perfectly match the intensity of racing. The sound effects, while basic, do the job. You've got the engine roar, the screeching tyres and that unmistakable blip when you pass a checkpoint. It all works together to immerse you in the race. My closing thoughts on this game is the mechanics, visual, sound of Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge come together to create an experience that's not just fun, but also surprisingly engaging for a retro racer. Whether you're battling for first place or just trying to keep your fuel gauge in check, this game delivers a thrill ride that still holds up today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.